You may have to give it a second. Stuff is so bugged there.
Positive or something?
Yeah, it's on that one for sure.
You always doesn't like have that one where
It says 2 people are watching. Double check. I hope this is the right one. Maybe, man, I hope it's not on Yasharala's page.
what's the name of the lesson?
Give us one moment, please.
What's the name of the lesson?
Do it again one more time. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're live. Salaki about that. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well in the scriptures. And salutations to all the brothers out there who push the word in all truth and all sincerity. All right. And basically, we're just going to talk about a lesson how, Ahchyam, you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And, pretty much, just get, be prepared for separation. Okay. Because we're living in that time frame where, things are about to get, more hectic. Esau is about to come down with, that great wrath. There's going to be more draconian law, okay? There's going to be martial law implemented. You're not going to be able to travel like you want to travel, okay? There's going to be those travel restrictions, okay? We're not even talking about from, country to country or state to state. We're talking about even from city to city or neighborhood to neighborhood, okay? And the brother and I, we were just discussing a couple things, and we were just saying that, more than likely in that day, when Jacob's trouble is, hitting us, that we're not going to be around each other. We're not going to be able to have that luxury to call a brother, all right, or stop by his house. It's going to be really you and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and that's really about it, And we've been saying this for years out here in GMS Chicago. You're going to be lucky if you're around a brother in that day, all right? You got a scripture. Actually, can you start off with that Philippians 2 and 12? We'll just start off with that real quick. Because really, we're all walking on our own individual path, man. All right. This brother that I'm with, he's not, on the same path as I am, and I'm not on the same path as he is. Okay. All right. We all,
different paths.
Yeah, we all
destination.
Yep. We are all different paths, but it's all leading to the same destination. We're just trying to, get to the same, a place together. We're trying to see each other at that, at the finish line. All right.
This is Philippians.
Speak up though, because I don't know if they can hear you.
This is Philippians 2 and 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling."
Yeah, and Paul, he was talking, to the church. All right, and he was pretty much saying, like, look, after I leave, you should be doing these things. You should be in the spirit, doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not only when I'm around, but also, when I'm absent. And that's for all of us. You gotta, I was thinking about this recently. You gotta sit back and really contemplate, like, would you be doing this work if there was no YouTube? Would you be doing this work still if, you weren't around the brethren? Okay. And the answer should be yes. You should be doing these things because it's commanded of you. All right. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said do these things, and you should do it. Because that's an order. That's a command. Okay. You found the law, statutes, and commandments. You teaching this word. You basically being an Israelite. All right. Not only being an Israelite, outwardly, but inwardly, as the scriptures talk about. You not just being a Saturday Israelite. Okay, or a YouTube Israelite, This has to be a 24/7 thing, okay? And then especially with the times to come, look, man, we're not going to be around each other, man. You really got to have that faith, You really have to have that faith that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is with you.
Yeah, because Apostle Gabar always says it, man. Brothers really don't consider what they're in, man. You know, and we're coming to a point where like this day-to-day comfort we have, going to sleep in a warm room, hot meals, warm bed. You gotta get that shit. In a sense, you gotta start getting that shit out of your mind. As fucked up as it sounds, I mean, I'm not saying go out here and sleep in the fucking cold, you know, before don't force the course, but you gotta really get your mind prepared. You gotta get prepared for the things that we're gonna see, man. You know.
That's right. Can you read that last part again?
The Philippians.
Yeah, the Philippians, if you can, Baba Kusha.
It says, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah, so we got to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. We're doing this ultimately for ourselves, you know. It sounds like a selfish thing, but we're all on, you know, our own particular path. It says in Revelation, the 22nd chapter, the 12th verse, that looked. It says, "Behold, I come quickly." He said, Yahushua said that, and my reward is with thee. Okay, to give basically to judge a man according to his works. Okay, whether it be, you know, bad, whether it be good. You know, we're all gonna, basically the courtroom's coming to each individual here on this planet Earth. The heavenly courtroom is coming, man. And then you're gonna have to, you know, be in that courtroom with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, Yahweh is that judge. Yahushai is that lawyer, that mediator. And you know, we're trying to do the things that's commanded of us right now. All right, so our, you know, our lawyer, our mediator, which is Yahushai, you know, he can say, look, you know, this man right here, he was obedient, he was trying, he was fighting the flesh, he was, you know, brotherly, he had charity, you know, so on and so forth. So he could, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you have that lawyer that talks to the judge. So then the judge can give that less of a sentencing, you know, so to speak, you know. And we want, you know, Yahweh to, you know, show us favor, basically, man. We want to get that white stone, as it's talking about in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, man. Which that white stone represents being exempt from judgment. You know, we don't want to get judged with the people of this world, man. You know, because their judgment's coming. And it's coming quickly, too.
Yeah.
All right.
I had this Luke 14 and 28.
Yeah, speak up though, cause
you know, let me I'm gonna bring that John out first. Jump over there. This is John 16. This is John 16, and I'm gonna start at started 32. It says, "Behold, the hour cometh, yea, and is now come, that ye should be scattered, every man to his own." Now this is Yahushua speaking to the apostles, man. He said, "Hey," even the apostles say, "Hey, Lord, hey, just basically speaking to us plainly, man. Don't say it as a proverb."
Yeah, and he made that statement because there was going to be a point where Yahushua wasn't going to be with the sheep. Okay, because why? Yeah, he was going to get what? Delivered. He was going to get persecuted, you know, delivered to, you know, the officials, and he was going to get, you know, sentenced to death. You know, and then, you know, afterwards the apostles had what? They had work to do.
Yeah.
And then what was coming too? That 70 AD event. You know. Yep. You know, the desolation of the temple, man. That was coming shortly after Yahushua's his appearance on earth. He knew these things were coming. He was basically preparing the apostles, the disciples, for the things to come, you know, because great persecution was coming. And then we can relate that to this time. Look, he's going to do what again? Surround Jerusalem, okay, because it's a people before a place. Surround Jerusalem again. He's going to come down with that great wrath. All right, and it's going to get ugly out here, man. It's going to get real ugly, and we're not going to be, you know, amongst each other. You know, like I got to make that that statement again. You're going to be lucky if you're with a brother in that day. Yeah, you're going to be really, really lucky, and you're going to be blessed, as the brother said. You know.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. That's a miracle. Shit.
Yeah, but for the most part, we're not going to be amongst each other. we're gonna be doing our own thing, man. And we're gonna, really need, all of everybody's gonna need Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai in that day, man. Even right now, scratch that, every moment, man.
Yep.
But as time gets, as we approach that time, as we get closer to that, the time of Jacob's trouble, we're really, really, really gonna need Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, man.
It says, and every man to his own, and shall leave me alone, and yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. And Yahweh Shai had the Father himself with him, man. We have Yahweh Shai through the Spirit of the Comforter in these scriptures, man. So yeah, of course we're not alone, but hey, we are gonna, in fact, we always say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, man. You gotta be playing these situations out in your mind, you know what I mean? Pondering like the worst possible outcome, best possible outcome,
Yep.
It says, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. So we're gonna have comfort and solace through the scriptures, man. We're gonna have peace through knowing what's coming through these scriptures, through Yahweh Shai. We're gonna go through trials, but we're gonna have peace in those trials, man. We're gonna have that stability. It says, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So we know the end game, man. We just have to hold fast, We're gonna, cannibalism is gonna grip this world in a way it's never before seen. All the pestilences and plagues, man, seditions, the famines, the sword, these things are gonna grip this world in the fashion never before seen, man.
That's right.
And you have to really get your mind prepared for that, man, because these people are gonna be caught so off guard, it's gonna be ridiculous, man. Even you could just see it even with something small like this fucking virus, man. You see how off guard these people are, man. You see how gullible and you see the mindsets of these people, man.
They were, as the scriptures talk about in Ezekiel, this is the city that dwelleth without care. The village, the unwalled village. Roughly paraphrasing it. This place never thought anything was gonna happen to it. These people never thought there would be a shutdown like this. A lack of jobs. Mirth being gone. They never thought that this would happen to this place. This was the place that was never going to be touched in their eyes, But now it's hitting here, and now people are really panicking. They're trying to stay cool, calm, and collective, but it's really not working, man. It's really not working. Can you get real quick, though, because you made a point. Can you get a Second Ezra, was that 14 and 13? Because look, with the things that are about to come, you got to put off those mortal thoughts, man. You got to put away those, the thoughts that concern you, man. All right. Because how the brother said, man, hey, man, the things that are to come, the famines, the cannibalism, the riots, the warfare, the real diseases. That's the thing too. They're talking about diseases right now. Wait till that real disease hits, when people are literally dropping dead, man. They're on the train, and all of a sudden you just see somebody having a seizure, man, and just blood coming out of their ears and nose, man, and out of their eyes. Wait till that stuff really starts happening. That's when it's gonna get real. That's when people are gonna really be scared, man.
Yeah. This 2 Ezra 14 and 13 says, and now therefore set thine house in order.
Yeah, we gotta set our house in order. Okay, we really gotta examine ourselves. Okay, we gotta look at our flaws, and we gotta improve on them. We have to make ourselves better. We can't be the same person we were yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. We can't be the same. We gotta continue to grow. This truth is about maturity, man.
Living water.
Yep. Okay. The Lord wants us to continue to improve until literally the end, man, until He comes back.
Yeah. Hey, the scriptures say, I always bring this one up, but it's always the milk scriptures that'll hit you the hardest sometimes, man. Hey, what did He tell Moses, man? Hey, same thing with Abraham. Be fruitful and multiply, man. Hey, if you're multiplying and you're being fruitful, it's not just about, oh yeah, go out here and have a bunch of fucking kids. It's about you got to fucking increase, man. Because we're not trying to have a bunch of fucking kids right now, but we are trying to do what? Through the Spirit, we are trying to have a more. We're trying to go out and look for the elect, man. Trying to multiply. Hey, that's how we're trying to multiply, man. We're trying to wake up our people and multiply, man. And doing that, hey, If you're out here doing those things, it's like how we were talking about we read the Philippians. It's a lifestyle, man. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle, And we're sowing those seeds, and basically we expect to get a harvest from that, man. So if we're not out there fucking sowing those seeds, we can't expect anything,
Yeah.
But let me finish this one out for you. It says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such as them that be in trouble, and renounce corruption.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We go out there. Or is it that Isaiah 58:1? Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. It show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. That's what we do. Okay, that's what we do. We're giving our people that warning, man. We're that trumpet. That's why we shout on the top of our lungs, man. Because really, we care about our people, man. All right, we do care about our people, and this is the highest form of love. That reproof, that correction, warning them, telling them who they are. But what happens? Our people, they don't care. They laugh, they mock. They despise the words of the Lord. They hate us for that. But very, very soon, they're going to realize that was a mistake. When all hell is breaking loose, when they haven't eaten in 3 days, when their babies crying nonstop, when they're looking at their mother or their girlfriend as a chicken sandwich now, man.
Yep.
All right, this is gonna get real serious out here. This is no joke, man. Okay, is there more?
Yeah, it says, verse 14, it says, let go from the mortal thoughts.
Yeah, we gotta let go of mortal thoughts. We can't be, be overly emotional. That's the thing. We cannot be overly emotional with when situations arise. Okay, right now, you got situations, where you might get reproved. Can't get overly emotional about that. All right. Yeah, you may get aggravated in the flesh by these people. You can't get over emotional with that. And eventually it's going to get to a point where, look, you may be walking down the road and you might be seeing a baby getting eaten by 3 people. You can't get overly emotional about that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's an ugly truth, man.
Say what, anger resteth in the bosom of fools. You don't want to be too angry, make the wrong choice. You don't want to be too hasty and make the wrong choice. Shit's really all about fucking choices in a sense, man. And we're using our time wisely. So we don't have a lot of time, man. The doors of mercy are closing. We're spiritual doomsday preppers, man. We're getting prepped up spiritually. Getting our minds ready, getting mentally, physically, really ready on every level for the things that we're gonna have to go through, man.
That's right.
It says, and even in that's still not enough, man. Ultimately, we were hoping for that mercy of Yahushua, man.
Yep.
This is just basically us showing our faith, man.
Yep.
It says,
but what does it say in 2 Ezra 9? It says, every man's gonna escape by his faith in his works. Okay? Every man's going to escape by his faith in his works. And we know, according to the book of James, that basically works and faith are synonymous with each other. Because if you have faith, you're going to do what? You're going to show it by your works. Okay? And that's where it comes down to us being... we're basically all going to get judged. Okay? By our own works.
It says,
we're not... Yes, in a sense, we are walking together. But at the same time, we're really not. We're really not.
Yeah, man. We you know what it is? It's kind of like I hate to use that that fucking I'll use Moses. Moses is a better example. Basically, Jacob, man. When Jacob did all that laboring. And then he had to go out, he had to go establish his own household, man. Same thing with Abraham. He did all that laboring, fought all those wars to establish his own household, In a sense, we're doing all this laboring, we're not always going to be in the midst of each other, man. I was watching that bullshit movie about those Rothschilds, and basically the father trained up his 5 sons,
yep.
And they went out and took over, to in this case, took over the world, started those banks. But the example is, hey, what they weren't all, they weren't always around each other, man.
Yeah, they were positioned in different parts of Europe. You had one go to what was it, England, one in Spain, one in I think it was Germany.
Yep.
I forget where France. I forgot where the last one was placed. But the point being though is they were all placed in different areas, and they had set up their business, so to speak, their establishment. And that's the same with us. We gotta we're all doing this for ourselves, man. And then going back to the original statements. Look, at some point when all hell breaks loose, we're not going to be around each other, man. It's between you and Yahweh Hashem Shai. It has always been, but it's getting to the point where it's really just going to be you and the Lord, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not going to be, like I was saying, you're not going to be able to call a brother. You're not going to be able to go drive to his house, walk to his house.
Hey, King David wasn't. No. King David, when you read like those first books of Proverbs and a lot of the Psalms, you know what I mean? King David was giving Solomon instructions on basically, hey, you're gonna see all these things. Your life is probably gonna consist of these things. This is what to look out for. This is what to do in these situations. So when I die, you can continue, man. A lot of people, like for instance, when their parents, like a lot of these people, like sometimes when their parents die, they just fucking lose it, man. They're not ready for that, man. It's like mom and dad have been fucking basically sheltering them their whole lives. Or their mom and dad was telling them shit and they weren't really taking heed of it. And then when they're gone, they just fucking flip out, lose it. They fall apart, man. But see, we're not gonna fall apart, man, because hey, we've been applying these. The main thing is we have the knowledge, man. The knowledge is basically knowing what to do, man, knowing the scriptures and whatnot. The wisdom is the application of it, actually putting all that knowledge to work, man. And of course, the understanding is basically why it all works.
Yeah, the discernment.
But the key right now is really that wisdom, man. Hey, we can go out here and give all these people the best advice in the world, But the scripture says, basically, you don't want to basically be that man who's unprofitable to yourself, man. You can. You know how it's worded, just so I don't butcher it. There's one to teach of many, yet is unprofitable.
Yeah, yep, that's the one. Yep.
Hey, sometimes you got to sit back and teach yourself, man. Hey, scripture say what? I labor not only for myself.
Yeah.
First part is I labor not only for my first. In a lot of cases, you got to labor for yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
We do this for the hopeful elect and the 1/3 and the hopeful elect. But a lot of times, you got to do this for yourself, man.
Ultimately, that's who it starts off with, your own self, man. Then the brethren around you, and then your household if you have a family. Then after that, hey, man, then teach the people, man. But finish that off.
It says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, you got to put off that weak nature.
Yeah. Heavy vibration right now is letting go of that comfort, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about like making it like minor league mistakes, man. You really got to ponder your steps, because every action is going to have an outcome, a reaction, man.
Yep.
You got to start at not only thinking about yourself, but even the men around you, but primarily, I always bring up that scripture, man. Love thy neighbor as thyself, mm-hmm. man. If you basically had that mindset, you could do no wrong. But a lot of times, you got to really think about yourself, man. Just the vibration of this video of being alone. You got to really think about what's going to be the best outcome, man. That weak nature is like, hey, a lot of shit that we do, we got to stop doing a lot of the bullshit that we do, man. Hey, and start basically getting equipped for the hard times, man. How these assholes are saying, hey, prepare for that dark winter, man.
Yeah.
We got to prepare for that winter.
Hey, is there more to that?
Yeah, it's like 5 verses.
All right. Can you actually hold that real quick? Yeah. Jump to 2 Timothy 2 and 3. So you made a point about basically preparing yourself. We gotta be like soldiers, okay? We have to be as a soldier. And look, a soldier. There's times where soldiers, they're with their their platoon, okay? They're with their with their fellow soldiers. But a lot of times, man, they get into situations where they're by themselves, man, and they gotta adapt. They gotta figure out, ways to overcome that particular, roadblock, man.
Yeah. Second Timothy.
You know, so be prepared for that. Like the brother was saying, be prepared for these things because it's coming. That's the thing. It's coming. It's at our doorsteps now.
No, it's not even. It's here.
Yeah.
You know,
we're
in it. You know, we're living it. You know, it's not 5 years off. It's not 10 years off, man. The scriptures say, hasten the day. This shit could be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, every hour, every fucking minute is pushing forward to this, man. Just because you don't see tanks rolling down your fucking street doesn't mean Esau's not mobilizing. Just because you fucking could still go to the grocery store doesn't mean that shit's gonna be there forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you people are living on borrowed time, man. You know, but
that's right.
it says, 2 Timothy 2:3 says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Ahchyam.
Yeah, so we got to endure hardness as a good soldier. You know, the Lord said, well, it says it in Ezekiel the 37th chapter that basically, you know, and that army rose up. All right, the exceedingly great army. Talking about, you know, the valley of the dry bones. Okay, the Lord called us an army, called us soldiers. Hey, and soldiers, they get, man, a soldier goes through warfare, and in warfare, you feel uncomfortable.
Hey,
you know,
the root word of soldier is solo, going into that solitude, man.
That's right. And you got to remember that you're not going to always be around, you know, your fellow, you know, laborers. You know, it's going to be times where you're going to be by yourself, and with what's approaching, you're more than likely going to be by yourself. So get ready for it. You got to really be mentally prepared for these things. You know, that's why even Yahweh Shai, man, when he think about it like this, right? Because it says arm yourself likewise with the same mind as Yahweh Shai, right? Think about what Yahweh Shai had to go through when it was his time to deal with, you know, that persecution. You know, him getting delivered to the officials, him getting, you know, ultimately, you know, executed. He went through that by himself.
Yeah.
He didn't have anybody with him. He didn't have the apostles. It was only him and Yahweh. And then he even got to a point where he got weak, man. He said, "Hey, Father, have you forsaken me?" You know, he got weak, man. When all that hell was, you know, brought upon him, man. You know.
And Yahweh Shai did a lot of self-reflection, man. And he fasted 40 days, 40 nights.
Yeah, there was times where he
would be in the wilderness alone.
Yeah, there was times where even at the very right before his end, man, he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, man. And he told the, man, who was it? The three apostles. I know it was Peter. I can't think of the other two right now. It slips my mind, Salakia. But he told the three apostles, you know, hey, fall back. You know, stay here. But, you know, I basically need to be alone. I got to pray to the Father, man. Yeah. You know? So, you know, hey, we're going to be in that same boat, man. Hey, what does it say in the scriptures that the servant's not greater than the master? Hey, if our master went through it, we're going to go through it too, man. We're going to go through some hardships and by ourselves too, you know. But what's so beautiful is that we still have our power, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're not left alone ultimately, you know.
It says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him that have chosen him to be a soldier.
Yeah.
Ultimately, hey, brothers always said this to me, man. Two brothers said it to me. The brother Arala always says, you gotta let go. You gotta let go of these things, man. You know, basically submitting to the Lord, man. And then the brother Shapaya always says, you gotta let go and let Yahweh. You know, ultimately going back to submitting to the Lord, man. You can't have it. You gotta let go of the mindset of the mindset of these people, the mindset of this world, man. Hey, you gotta have that ancient mindset, man. The ancient mindset, hey, men were skilled in war. They knew how to start fires. They knew how to live off the land. You know what I mean?
They were manly. They knew how to deal with death.
That was the norm.
Yeah, they knew how to deal with death. You know, hey, there's nothing wrong with mourning. There's nothing wrong with weeping and feeling sorrowful. But they knew how to deal with it. Yep. You know, men in the ancient world dealt with solitude.
Yeah.
You know, this world, they always teach you to, you know, be around somebody, and, you know, you got to post stuff on social media. You got to, you know, do all these things for the world, you know?
And once that shit goes, there goes your whole mind frame. A lot of these people are gonna break, man. When they can't fucking get on that Instagram and fucking get that fix. You know, all these people in America are fucking junkies, man. Whether it be for the food, the entertainment, you know what I mean? They're fucking just living in lasciviousness and fucking decadence, man. And once that goes, there goes their sanity with it, man. You know, you got to get your mind fully prepared, man.
That's right.
It says in we're gonna do it, but the law is perfect, man. You know, we're not gonna have need or want of anything, man. You know, and that's the beauty of the scriptures, man. That's why I say it's important to really retain these scriptures, really reflect on it, and really apply them.
That's right. Did we finish that second Ezra?
No, I'm gonna jump back to that one. Second Ezra, Chad, this was 9, right?
Let me check. 14.
Yeah, this second Ezra was 14 and
like around 13 now, I think. We're somewhere around there, 13, 14, maybe even 15 right now.
15. It says, and set aside, second Ezra 14 and 15. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
And you gotta, going back to that second Timothy, you can't be entangled with the affairs of this life. Look, you may lose a brother in this truth.
Will.
Yeah, actually, Salaki, you will lose a brother in this truth, because look, well, even before this great tribulation, we lost a mighty brother, man. You know, he the brother, Captain Lee, man. You know, he was he was taken, away. He was translated. I don't even want to say he died. He was translated. You know, and there's going to be certain brothers you may see get put to death, because what does it say in Revelation that there's going to be some souls where some of the saints were beheaded, all right, for the testimony of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, the word, this message, all right,
being homeless,
all that stuff, man. Yeah, man.
Everything that's written, man, and that's what pisses me off about these fucking false prophets, man. Because this is a book of lamentation more than a woe, and yes, there is a good side to the scriptures too, but we know we have to see all these bad things, and then the Lord's gonna come through and fulfill all the promises, man. But even still, it's like, yeah, man, like, what's written is gonna happen, man. Read the scriptures, man, and really put yourself in it, man. If you have to, go watch some of these movies. Esau will show you what's happening, and even in these movies, man, even though he doesn't depict the prophets the right way, he still shows you the fucking what happened, man. That's gonna happen again. It says, "And haste thee to flee these times." Is that because of the old English?
Yeah, flee from these times.
Yeah, because, hey, how do we flee, man? Hey, it talks about that in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. Hey, deliver every man his soul. Hey, basically, that we're doing that through the scriptures, man.
Departing from this place spiritually.
Yeah.
First off, everything starts off spiritually, then eventually the Lord will physically take us out of this place, And we're hastening that day, as the scriptures talk about, We want to get out of here. We really want to, be free. We not only from Esau, man, from this flesh, from basically our own damn selves, man. We're looking for the kingdom, man. We're looking for perfection, purity, all that stuff, tranquility,
Yep. It says, for greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah. So even during those times, there was great evils happening. Okay, but this time period, it's going to be like unlike any other time period. It's going to be the worst of the worst. And then
evil shall be multiplied.
Yeah, and you really think you're going to be with the brother in that day, Like the brother said, it's going to be a complete blessing in that day, And that's why I want to make this statement. Hey, for brothers, man, if you got alt with each other, you have problems with each other. Hey, squash that, man. All right, let it go. Hey, talk to each other like men and let it go, man. Because look, all we have is each other. Besides Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all we have is each other. In that day, when all hell is breaking loose, that brother that you didn't get along with, when you see him, you're gonna be so damn happy, man.
Bro, I watched I watched that movie, The Highlander. These assholes all had that fucking gift, but they were so busy in a world, they lived through ages. And they all were trying to fucking smoke each other throughout throughout ages, instead of fucking just being like, hey, we're all fucking Highlanders,
Yeah.
These people haven't seen or don't believe or don't know anything, It's like, hey, and that ultimately goes back to, hey, loving Yahweh Shai, man. You gotta fuck the bullshit, man. Like how we're talking about with these minor league mistakes and emotions and all that bullshit, man. The brother said it's gonna be a fucking complete blessing that day. But back to that movie, the fucking Highlander, they were too busy fucking trying to smoke each other. Yet they all were fucking on the same fucking course. They had the same penny, You know, we're not going out like that, man. Esau has a strategy called divide and conquer. You know, it's really Satan has that strategy too, divide and conquer, man. It's ultimately Satan you're let rule in your mortal body. You know, if you let the Lord, it's like if you let Satan separate you like that, you know, put those thoughts in your mind, that malice in your heart, ultimately you're just letting Satan sift you. But that's the real thing, man. And Esau's gonna use that divide and conquer. He's gonna cut these neighborhoods off. He's gonna target all of us, but he's gonna target certain men in his truth first.
The head's first. It always starts off with the top men.
Yep.
You cut the head off, then what is it even says that you kill the
chief shepherd. You smite
the
chief
chief
shepherd.
You smite the chief. Yep, Salaki. Yep, as the brother said, you smite the chief shepherd, and the flock will scatter. And that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna aim for the top men first, and then it's gonna go down. But look, they're ultimately trying to get us all, man. You know, and they're gonna do. Even when you watch these like the first 48, you know, you watch all these like different particular crime shows and all that, right? When they're, you know, let's say they got a group of guys, right? What do they always do, man? They separate them, put them in different rooms, and then they interrogate them. They try to make them fold, man. And that's what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna do all sorts of stuff, man. And you know, yeah.
But knowing these things, you gotta arm yourself likewise, man. You know.
Yep.
Let me see. I'm gonna get two more and then probably pull out one more. It says for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Yeah, and that's what's coming. Great evils. And why? Because of the pride of the cities. It talks about that in 2nd Ezra 15. That's why all these things are going to happen, man. Okay? Because what does it say? The beginning of pride is when one departeth from his maker.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of sin too, I believe it says. All right? So these people this is just a sinful and wicked, you know, and adulterous generation, as the scriptures talk about, man. You know, so this great judgment has to come.
And this world, this present world that we live in is designed, man. This present world pushes covetous, man. It pushes that self-will vibration, man. You know.
Yeah.
Hey,
definitely.
Don't basically, man. Hey, keep resisting the devil, man. Ultimately, keep fighting Satan. You know. Hey, and just keep applying the scriptures, man. Don't even fucking worry about Esau, man. Like we think about these things, but honestly, through the Spirit, we're comforted, man, because we know the end game. You know, hey, one scripture I always think of where it says, "Fear not him who could kill the body, but fear him who could destroy the body and soul." Man, that's who you should be worried about, man. Ultimately, we know it's Yahweh Shai doing all these things, man. And ultimately, hey, if we're doing what's right, we're gonna be called friends of Yahweh Shai. You know. But I'm gonna end it with this one. Let me see.
You can too.
You want one too?
Yeah, well, I got one more too. That Revelation 22. I know I quoted it, but I want that to get brought out because you know ultimately, hey, we're in this by ourselves.
Let me get right that one first. 22.
Like maybe 11 or 12, somewhere around there.
22.
So maybe 12. 12.
12. Okay. It's Revelation 2 and 12. It says
22.
Oh, it's like 22 and 12. Revelation 22 and 12. It says, "And behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be."
Yeah, so we're all going to get judged according to our works. The apostles have said this, and we say it too. Hey, look, the apostles can't save us. We can't save the apostles. I can't save this brother. That brother can't save me. His works are his works. My works are my works. And the Lord's going to judge us all according to our own works. That's why we got to do this ultimately for ourselves. You know, and then yes, you know, it's for our nation as a whole, but it all starts off with yourself, man. It seems selfish, but it is what it is, you know. All right.
Because how are you gonna deliver anybody else if you can't deliver yourself, man? First, you have to be on point, man.
That's right.
You know. Oh yeah, it's lucky. Grab this
That's
other.
right, man. Yeah, man, it's coming though, man. That separation, this stuff is gonna get, you know, more hectic out here, and we really got to, you know, be more in the spirit, man. Really got to be in the spirit. And the stuff that's, man, you can feel it, man. You can feel it. Like I told a brother earlier today when, you know, we were just hanging out for, you know, before we started, you know, filming. I said, man, you can feel that thickness in the air. Like out here right now, it's a nice day. So it's a really pleasant, you know, November day, you know. And you could just like feel that, like that tension, you know, there's something wrong, you know, so to speak. Like you could feel like evils are about to come. Everybody feels it, man.
This 1 Corinthians 13 and 11, it says, and when I was a child, I spake as a child and understood as a child. You know, this is Paul speaking, man. Paul's one of the greatest apostles, man. One of the top apostles, man.
Yeah, he was in the straightest sect, okay? He was the Pharisees of Pharisees, you know? You gotta think about it. Paul was, man, he grew up, knowing he was an Israelite, he grew up in the law, so to speak, man. He was basically trained as a child to know the scriptures, you know? And pretty much before Yahweh Shai, though, he was a child. You know, spiritually speaking, he was a child, because you don't really become a man until you start following Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, correctly. That's when you become a real man, you know, when you fully get into this truth. And that's what Paul was saying. Hey, when I was a child, I spake as a child. But what does it say?
It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child.
Yeah, understood as a child, because they were children. They don't understand the full concept of things. Yeah. They're very what's the word? Man.
They're children, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Children are like, not in the sense that I mean in the sense innocent, I mean in the lack of better word, simple.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't think macro, they think micro.
God.
You know? They don't really see the big picture.
It says, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
That's right.
And that's ultimately you know, we got to put away that childish mindset, man. We got to put on that armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. That soldier mindset, man. They said put on. Look, who wears armor, man? Soldiers, you know. It's spiritually speaking, man. You gotta put that armor on, man. You know, you gotta get ready for the things and the said perils they're gonna face, man. You know, and even seeing it, like, I mean, we're of course prophesying these things. But even seeing them is gonna be that much more seeing them, where it's like, hey, we're gonna have to apply the things that we know, man. All this training, all the things we going through wasn't for nothing, man. Damn, I wish Iwana was here. He probably knew the movie I was talking about. But it came to me. American Gangster, man, with Denzel Washington, man. Even though they were on complete wickedness, I'm just gonna use this shit. But
it's an example. That's all it is.
Denzel's character was Frank Lucas, and his mentor was Bumpy Johnson. And when Bumpy died, it was a funeral, and one of his constituents came up to him and said, like, hey, everything that you learned being around Bumpy, it wasn't all for naught, man. It wasn't all for nothing, man. You're gonna basically rise up, man, and that's what's gonna happen to us, man. We're gonna rise up. Throughout all this darkness, we're gonna be the lights in the darkness, man. Yahweh Shai is that ultimate light. We're gonna be we have the Yahweh Shai in us, man, with us, until the true light really comes, you know. So, hey, basically, don't get sidetracked, man. All this isn't for naught, man. Everything that we're doing, all the fucking sacrifices we're making, man. These people are gonna be the ones out here starving, man. How it talks about the ant, you know. It says if you're wise, go to that ant, watch the ant, you know, who doesn't basically have an overseer, who still gathers the meat or whatnot before the winter comes. Hey, the dark times are coming, man. We've been fucking gathering, man. These people out here have been fucking scattering, man. And we know the outcome of them, man. So, hey, Ahchyam, just keep praying. Hey, maintain your integrity, you know, and keep increasing in the faith, man. That's the main thing. Just keep increasing in the faith, man. That faith is the most precious thing, you know, because these people are gonna see how precious of a gift faith really is, man.
That's right. And with that, you know, we're gonna end it off. Hopefully, this was edifying. Hey, you know, before we end off, but hey, Ahchyam, just be prepared, though, man. Be prepared. You gotta have that soldier, you know, mind frame. You gotta, remember that you're more than likely gonna be alone. That we're all gonna get judged, you know, according to our own works. You know, so you gotta work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You know, just keep pushing and keep fighting, man. Have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, you know, we're gonna end off, and we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers out there. Shalom.